Advanced Suit 2.0. Right, so this is a full body. So I've done, I think I did the first advanced suit of just head and shoulders. So I thought I'd try full body on this one. Landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast. So I'm going to start with head, and we're going to try and get it in like the anatomy and all that, and then add webbing details to the suit, right? Normally I start with the eyes when I'm doing the normal portrait. No. Oh my. Normally start with the eyes, but we're going to start with the head. So we're going to go mark in like his chin, and his head is like tilted, so it's kind of a complicated pose. It's kind of advanced. And then his head up the top. So we're going to go, we'll mark it sort of here, right? What we're going to do is we're going to go, try and go out around the sides. And so we'll go, say, his jaw. So we'll go like jaw first, kind of diagonal that way. Okay. And then like Spider-Man 2, the video game, there's no like angles like this. It kind of just goes real round. But I find that really hard to draw. So I prefer to just add an angle and then go up. Like to keep it like super smooth and round is quite difficult. So we'll just sort of go up like this. And his head is like tilted forward. He's kind of like looking down. So it's quite long, right? So that's why we're going up all the way up here. So you're looking for a shape that's kind of like a balloon sort of shape, basically. That makes sense. Or like a weird egg. Okay. Right, so that's kind of the shape you're going for. Egg. Weird egg or balloon. It's probably a weird balloon as well. Now, the eyes are down here. So you got to start with this kind of V sort of shape, right, for the center part of his mask. And the eyes come out from there. And they're quite long on top. So we'll go, boom. We have a bit of a forced perspective because he's looking down, right? So we'll go the same on this side. And they're skinnier than normal. Different angle, right? So real pointy at the top, and then we'll go right up to the middle, right? It's kind of look like, I don't know, like slices of lemon, or, you know, like a slice of a segment of orange or something, like a spike like that, right? So then we have the white part inside. Just follow that shape. Around like that, right? And then on the other side as well, they're very thin. Up to there, and then back down around. Now in Spider-Man 2, they have all these new lens-based Spidey eyes and all that kind of stuff. So there's like little sort of like extra little lines, I would say, just like little edge lines and stuff. Like just kind of coming around very light. Difficult to draw in when it's this small, but that's kind of the best I can do, I'd say. So you finish this little webbing section in the middle, right? And then the mask lines that go out from that, each corner, up the middle. And then we'll go in this way. I do like to get the webbing done on the face before I move on. Right. Another one going sort of that way. And then here. And then one going sideways that way. And then the ones that come across the face, there's about 3 or 4 layers. I think you can see like ones at the top here just a little bit. And then with the ones that come across his mouth through here, they curve down because his face is like looking down. I always remember like a famous Marvel artist or DC or someone drew Spider-Man, and he said like, I don't know why they invented this character. The webbing is the worst thing in the world. And, you know, he's not wrong. Okay, so that's like the best I can do for the webbing there now. That line went a bit thick. I might just clean it up a bit. Anatomy. So, his body is like broken up and he's got an arm coming across. So, okay. So we'll go trapezius out the back, right? He's kind of hunched over. We got a slight bump coming out from there. We're kind of in line with his eyes, right? And then his shoulder bumps out and in that way, right? So his chest then is in here. So he's got these blue lines that come down from there and they go to his chest, right? So in here, there, and then his chest goes in that way, right? And then the chest on the other side, another one of these lines there, and then his chest comes down here and it kind of curves around, so it's like there. So that's like the center line for the chest, and his collarbones kind of go that way. Okay, so then like his shoulder muscles are like in here and they have like red webbing on them. Okay, and his side body just here. And we got a bicep going that way. His tricep sticks out here, comes down to his sort of elbow area, and then we have his forearm sort of going this way down to his wrist, all the way down here. So not like big muscular arms. This comes down to his hand. I might leave the hands just for a second, right? We go to the wrist anyway, and then because hands are tricky things in themselves. So we got tricep on that side. Bicep sort of curves out here. Right, so then his tricep sort of comes out to his elbow, sort of here. And then the forearm is sitting on his knee, right? So it goes up to like his wrist here somewhere. And then the forearm here. Across that way. Okay. Right, so again, that's his wrist and his hand comes down here, but we'll just sort of get those legs in, I think. All right, so his waist is here, right? And then we have a thigh going that way, right? So you've got like folds here and his other thigh there, right? So his hand is here, so I'll kind of stop that sort of there. There's a gap, right? And his other knee, so we go Your knee is kind of this square shape, like kneecap, right? Kind of there. And then the other one. Like that, right? And then, so his calves like fold into his thighs. You can see it on this side anyway. So there. Then that goes that way. And then his shin at the front, like that. And then we have two heels, right? So 2 feet meet here, and the other heel goes behind the hand that's like hanging down here. So like sort of there somewhere. And then this comes around the front and down that way. And then we have like his, where his legs meet in there. Like that, right? So we get the feet in and then do the hands and then the details. So like the costume itself, right? So his feet kind of just go down there. And he's right up on tiptoe, right? So this like comes across and around this way. And they're touching. Sides of his feet are touching there. He's like balancing right up on his feet like that. And he's balancing on something there. So now the hands, right? Hands are tricky. Take your time. So we'll do this hand that's hanging down in the gap here. You could join that line and finish his body and then array his lines afterwards, but I'll just do it this way. So I'm going to go for the back of his hand, right? So it comes out to a knuckle, down. You can see a bit of his thumb as well, but I'll just get the fingers, right? So knuckles, your knuckles have 3 segments. Your fingers have 3 segments. Knuckle, knuckle, knuckle. And see they articulate and bend. So you 1, 2, 3. Right? So that's the first knuckle, which is this one, where it joins the hand. And then it curves out to the next knuckle, and then goes out to the next one. And then it goes down to the tip of the finger, and then around, right? And then you'll do the next finger here. So we go 1, 2, and a third. And then it curves around the top. And you go 1, 2, 3. There could be like a gap in this finger maybe. Right, and then next one. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then curves around 2, 3, and then this finger is curved around even more. And then this just like goes up, joins the hand then there, right? And we can see like his thumb sort of sticking out like at the back of the hand here a little bit. You can see like a thumb knuckle and then the top of the thumb there, like that, right? And there's all this armor on it as well. Right. So the other hand is just sort of hanging down, kind of outstretched. So we start with the thumb. So it comes out to a thumb knuckle, top one, and again, and then down around to the top of the thumb, back to the side of the hand, right? And then the next finger. Now these are more straight, right? But there will be like subtle sort of changes in, they're kind of bumpy, right? They're not sort of perfectly straight lines. But his hands just do seem to be hanging down here. So they're relatively straight, but like a little bit bumpy, perhaps. Never easy drawn hands. Artists in the Renaissance would charge extra for hands. I always thought that was fascinating, but it makes sense. Which is why you see a lot of portraits of people without hands, like hands hidden under cloaks and stuff. So they couldn't afford it. So the next finger, just here. Right, and then the side of his hand just goes up towards his wrist then. Now, whoops, mic fell off. So, webbing and all that red and white. Start with the spider crest in the middle. I think that's the easiest. So, the body itself, right? So we've got like this abdomen, sort of big white thing with spikes on the end. There. And then this curves around. Now, of course, it's one white piece, so but it's easier to draw it this way. And this comes up to mandibles. Like that, right? So you got like the pose in basically, and then you just got to add details. So his legs, up and down, 4 on each side. Top ones are the biggest, and they kind of get smaller as we go down. One, two. Oh, this one actually spikes. Oh yeah, okay, so this one goes this way. Nearly missed that now. So that one's like a spiky one. And then this one is a spiky one too, but shorter. Right? So white, 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 white. And then the other side, similar. Okay, so now there's all blue and white stripes, and we got to separate them, right? So there's like blue ones here. So this is blue, blue, and then there's like spikes that come in, blue coming in here along his torso, and then like a white section sort of in between. It's like white in there, red there, blue here. And then following the shoulder along the bicep, there's like blue outline. Right, and then it becomes white in here. So that's like all blue, and that's like his bicep. Right, I'm gonna do that over here as well. And the bicep section goes down that way. And there's another one on his forearm. There, and then a little white section here. And one on his elbow, like a tiny blue on his elbow. And I'll deal with them gloves in a second, because that's quite detailed, because it's kind of like armor and stuff. So his knees. So there's like, that's just his thigh. They're just blue. So then down to his feet, right? So his feet are red on the edge. Let's go like red around the base. Red there, white around the front, red at the tip. Then like some details there. So then again, say at the back here, all here, just all different designs and patterns. You don't kind of have to stick to it too much. Like, it doesn't have to be exact. Once you color it, it'll look. But if you're looking for accuracy, obviously. Right, so it's like red in there. Right, and the rest is all blue down here. So then on his, he's got like knuckle duster stuff going on, like white armor, right, on his fists. So this like spike here, and then this goes down. That way, which makes sense for Spider-Man, that he would have. But he fights with his fists a lot. And then there's like a black strap here, I think. And then this goes down. There's like clicks and connections and everything. So lines that come down and touch these knuckles, right? And the knuckles are kind of like the shapes of diamonds, kind of like. And so a line goes down there. And then another down there. And then across the middle. Like so. Right, and then over here too. So this kind of little spiky section. And it seems to go down along his finger, and we have the knuckle parts. There. And then the white lines. So we've got like one back that way. There. That way. Like that. Okay, and they're all white. Okay, so webbing on the body. So let's just go for this, right? So we're going to do the verticals first. So coming down this way. Right, so this will go in between the white legs. So kind of like down there. So you can't see that one, but there's more sort of going that way as well. And then it goes kind of down his shoulder. There. Another one. Here, and then it bumps down his tricep. And all the way down to his elbow and onto like his forearm. And then there's another one going that way. Another one goes behind the shoulder there. here, here. Right, so down, and then this side. And there, there, there. That way. Right, so it's like if you threw a net onto them. These are like the first lines, and then we'll do the crisscross ones. Down. This comes around his arm, then the webbing is the most, it's kind of time consuming, but if you get it right, it's kind of satisfying. Okay, so I think that's all. There's all cross ones on the fingers as well, but we'll do the, so say here, right, we'll just go for it, go across. See? Right? And you just kind of like keep going with this. All the way wherever you can fit it, right? So say like these ones now. Coming around. Dupe. And like across his belly. And then down the arm. And blue webbing, no webbing here. Webbing on his fingers, just coming around all these, sort of curving. A butterfly has just appeared. I don't know if you can hear him. It's the middle of winter as well, that's weird. Oh my god, it's a sign. So you're just carving around the fingers now. Like so. You could add some like lines and stuff for like thigh muscles and stuff all here, calf muscles and stuff like that. I get that butterfly. See? Butterfly. You're not here to draw butterflies or see butterflies, but there he is. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.